Hello and welcome to Nerd Subculture. I'm your host Jared.
And I'm Edwina.
And we're doing a Once More We're Feeling series on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Today, Eddie, we're doing Season 5, Episode 6, Family. This episode first aired November 7th, 2000, and was written and directed by Joss Whedon. Over to you, Eddie.
This is a full spoiler podcast. I'm a huge fan, but Jared has never watched the series all the way through, and I'm trying to convince him it's worth his time.
Yeah, worth my time, Eddie. Wasn't a great episode, this one, was it, I feel?
Oh, really?
No? Oh, your face just dropped then when I said that.
Really? Jared, really?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, for a Joss written and directed episode, it's probably on the lower end.
Okay, all right.
Ratings wise, but I think there's quite a lot in this episode.
Well, I know there's a whole subtext going here.
Yes.
I could see what they were doing. I knew what they were doing. Yes.
Yeah. I kind of always feel like this is almost a bedtime story. This episode.
A bedtime story.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Because you've sort of got the, it has a happy ending.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was not that happy. She disowns her family and everything, so that's not very happy.
Well, she doesn't particularly. Well, they're kind of like a evil step family in a fairy tale.
They're her real family in real life. A happy ending with them would they reconcile with each other.
Well, that's the other thing we can discuss.
Okay, discuss whether or not that was a happy ending or not.
It's a happy ending. It's a magical dance.
Wasn't happy for them.
Well, not for her family, but they're kind of cunts anyway.
Oh,
so,
jeez, Eddie, dropping the C-bombs on here. God.
I'm also a bit of a sucker for I am Spartacus scene, which I know you were just like, oh my God, this is so corny.
I'm Spartacus.
Yeah. And straight away you started going, I'm Spartacus.
No, I'm Spartacus.
No, I'm Spartacus.
I'm Spartacus.
I'm Spartacus. I'm Spartacus.
Yes, you straight away started doing that. And then you're like, this is really corny.
Some strong homoerotic themes in Spartacus too.
Yeah, true.
And some homoerotic scenes in the Spartacus TV show.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Not themes.
No, that they didn't even go with subtext.
No, there was no text.
So it has these scenes that kind of flow into each other. Kind of like with Xander and when he's watching TV with Willow and she's all, who uses a cauldron? And then in the next scene, there's someone using a cauldron. That sort of they'll say one thing in this, in one scene. And then, a lot of that happens in this. Which sort of gives it this little bit of feels a little bit rhymey.
Like poetry, it rhymes. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, pretty much. The long way of saying that, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, it's like poetry, so if they rhyme.
A fan favourite of yours?
You know what? I love the little corny scene at the end. I think I cry all the time.
Okay.
Whenever I watch this, I always cry. Happy tears.
Right.
Because she, it's she gets rescued the princess gets rescued.
By the princess.
By the princess. Buffy's normally the princess.
By the Dark Prince, almost, you could say.
Yeah. And we also find out why Tara sabotaged that demon locator spell a while back. Remember? She put the dust under.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, it was last season.
Yeah, they showed it at the start. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Remember this little part?
Yeah.
We're going to show you why she did that.
Yeah.
Why did she do that?
Because she's been told by her family that she's part demon.
Oh.
Yes. That's where the magics come from. Actually, you know what? Tara's dad kind of reminds me of that character in Rick and Morty on the Purge episode.
Yeah, that's one I haven't watched for a while.
Oh, okay.
Look Who's Purging, yeah. I got to rewatch that one.
Yeah.
All right, so do you want to do a quick... we'll do a quick summary and we'll get back to that, Eddie. It sounds very interesting. As everyone helps Buffy move out of her dorm and back home, Willow reminds them about Tara's birthday party. Later at the Magic Box, while researching the mystery woman from the last episode, Buffy and Xander admit they do not really know much about Tara and struggle with what gift to get her. A man enters and reveals himself as Tara's big brother, Donnie, who has come to town with her father and her cousin for Tara's birthday. While Tara is clearly not thrilled at their presence, she agrees to meet them later for dinner, but upon returning to her dorm room, her father is waiting for her. He berates her lifestyle and use of magic and demands she return home before her friends find out about her true self. This prompts Tara to do a spell to hide her demon half from her friends. Meanwhile, Spike finds out from Harmony that the Leyak demons have been hired to take out the Slayer, and he leaves to go watch them try. Tara's cousin Beth confronts her and is disgusted that she has no intention of leaving. The Leyak demon attacks Buffy, but because of Tara's spell, they are invisible. Spike enters but finds himself unable to allow Buffy to be killed and instead helps fight. Tara arrives, realizes her spell has gone awry, and quickly breaks it. The demons can again be seen and are quickly beaten. Tara's family show up and insist that Tara leave with them as she is part demon. Willow is visibly hurt that Tara has hidden this from her, and Tara tries to reaffirm her love for Willow and doesn't want to leave. While Tara's family states that they are her bloodkin, everyone stands up for Tara, and Buffy declares that they are her true family and she isn't going anywhere against her will. Spike punches Tara to prove his suspicions that she is not in fact a demon. After this causes Spike pain, she confidently tells her relatives to leave. Later, at Tara's birthday party, she opens cheesy witch-related birthday presents from the gang and everybody mingles. Tara and Willow embrace on the dance floor and begin to levitate, and a magical, happy ending. The end. Magical, happy ending, Eddie. Can we start with that? Or we want to start from something else?
No, we'll start from that. So, you know, you've got the evil family that's trying to enslave her.
Yeah, the evil step family, but they're not the step family.
She gets, there's a deception that's revealed.
About herself. About her,
well, it's her
quote, demon thoughts and ways.
Yeah. You know, and in the end, you know, she's free.
Yeah, I guess that is a fairy tale happy ending. But as we all know, these fairy tale happy endings aren't really that happy when you really think about them.
Yeah.
I like movie happy endings, you know, when everyone's happy at the end. But when you really think about it, it's kind of not that happy. I mean, the real happy ending would be the parents, or the family, I should say,
accepting her
for who she is.
Yeah.
And
but did they really look like people who were going to accept her for who she actually is?
Were they religious as well? They mentioned that as well.
They come off as being almost a cult.
Or angelic or something like that, or some sort of...
Yeah,
you almost thought that he was a pastor or something. Was he a pastor?
I think it's the fact that she calls him sir.
Oh yeah, that was really creepy. Yeah.
She doesn't call him dad or father. She calls him sir.
Yeah. Warning bells going off when she said that.
Yeah. So I don't know, and I just always feel like it feels like a cult, especially the way cousin Beth behaves. Because she is definitely like been indoctrinated and brainwashed.
Yeah. Oh, I see that now. Yeah.
And I truly do feel sorry for her in the end, because I kind of got the feeling when she calls Tara a selfish bitch, it's because she's actually trying to save herself.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like she does that because she's realizing that she is going to have to look after them, and she's not going to have her own agency.
She's stuck there. She's got away and she hasn't. So there's a resentment there from her that she's got away and she can't.
But she's also sort of had this brainwashing that you have this duty to your family.
Yeah, and if you and by leaving, you're turning your back on your family. You can leave your family and go live somewhere else. I mean, she is an adult. There's no reason why she's not a child. There's no reason for her to come back to the house and live with them.
Yeah, which is
You know?
why they started saying that side of the family has demon in them. So
Is she in college as well?
yeah.
So she's in college. She's studying. So there's no reason for her to go back home if she's studying.
Because she's a demon. That's the whole thing, is that they're trying to get her to go back home and look after them, pretty much be enslaved to them.
Yeah, to Sir.
Yeah. She won't have her own life.
Yeah.
Like, I know you're like sitting there going, oh, maybe they need to, they can work it out.
Well, if they saw the error in their ways and realised, we accept you for who you are, well, we're not going to force you to do anything.
They're not the type of people who are going to do that.
Hence why they dragged the whole army out there to bring her home. Yeah. Even you got that sort of vibe from the brother as well.
Yeah.
As some sort of enforcer as well.
Yeah, but he looked like he was the muscle.
Yeah, exactly. The enforcer. The muscle.
He was actually brought there to
if she refuses.
Yeah, he was going to beat the crap out of her and drag her home. Like they were going to take her by physical force. That was obviously the plan.
Yeah.
If their manipulation tactics.
Do we see them ever again?
No.
No? Okay.
No, you don't.
No. And we find out her last name.
I thought we already knew her last name.
Did we?
But yeah.
Oh, no. Okay.
But you know what? We can talk about some of the themes of this episode, which are, of course, the name of the episode, family. And really there are two types of family that you have. So you have your blood relatives who you don't get to choose.
Yeah, Yep. Definitely don't get to choose them.
And then you have those close friends and the people around you that you do get to choose. And I often feel are your, and it's that family that you also create.
Yeah.
Yourself, which always really resonated with me because I'm not particularly close with my family. But I feel like I created my own family. I joined your I joined your family. I have close friends that are more my family than my actual family. There is your blood kin, and then there are those that you're related to, and your blood kin, you don't get to choose. So if you have a particularly nasty, mean, horrible family,
you're stuck with them, yeah.
But you don't have to be stuck with them.
No, but there's always going to be some...
They might be your family, but that's it.
Yeah, you sort of always will have to see them.
But you don't owe them anything. That's what I mean. So in this, they keep making out that Tara owes them something.
Yeah. And also the fact they think they can just walk into her life and just drag her from it. Just rip her from everything. Like they're schooling, her house, where she's living.
That she hasn't put down roots there.
Yeah. And they could just rip her out, and at first she's almost going to go with it, it seemed like.
Well, only because she's not sure how Willow and the group are going to react to her.
Well, she kind of thinks they're not going to miss her almost. She's a bit sort of... Definitely a low self-esteem sort of person, and thinks that...
Yeah, but it looks like she's had it almost beaten out of her.
Yeah, that no one loves her and no one cares about her.
That she's worthless.
And that's why she's so shy and timid and is really hard to...
But it looks like she has had a horrible upbringing.
Yeah.
But, and there is that the misconception that blood is thicker than water. That your parents will love you unconditionally.
Yeah. I find people
that you'll always have a seat at your parents' table.
I find people who say that they're usually wanting something.
Yes, in most cases it isn't true. And generally speaking, you have to earn a place at the table, and eventually we will have to earn a place at our own kids' table because they don't owe us anything.
No,
and you can't expect that from them, and you have to accept them as they are.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. And I'm going to tell a story.
Okay.
That relates to this.
All right. Story about you?
Yep. So I remember when I was about 11 and there was a boy in my class whose dad died. And he wasn't upset about it. He didn't take any time off school. He wasn't sad or depressed or Absolutely no signs whatsoever.
Wow. Okay.
And I went up and asked him about that. And he was like, actually, I'm glad my dad's dead.
Ooh.
And I could not fathom, my little brain could not fathom losing a parent and hating a parent that much that I would be glad that they were dead. And I think I told a friend.
Yeah. Especially at that age too.
Yeah. So, and I sort of, told a friend at the time, I was like, oh, I can't believe, like, he just doesn't care. And this girl turned around to me and said, just because they're your parent doesn't mean that they're a good person.
Wow.
Yeah.
True that.
And years and years later, I found out that she perhaps didn't have the best home life and had suffered some pretty horrible abuse.
Why? Oh, dear.
Yeah. Which is why
Sorry, I thought you said there was a boy.
Oh, no. The girl that turned around and said, just because they're your parents doesn't mean they're good people.
Oh, okay, right. And just on her.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
But yeah, years later I found out about the abuse that she'd suffered.
Right, okay.
At home.
Okay. She didn't know anything about the boy then?
No. Well, she was in the class with the boy, but she was...
But that was just her reflection of...
It was her reflection of
what was possibly going on, and she knew why he was upset.
Yes.
Okay.
So she had a better understanding of what was going on.
Yes, yeah.
Than what I did.
Yeah. So we're, like most of us, probably a bit naive and just think the world of our parents at that age. Yeah. Especially at that age, they're gods.
Yeah, exactly. Like, as I said, like, like me being a very empathic kid, like the thought of losing my dad at that age was horrific to me.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Like, I wouldn't have been in school.
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely not a fairy tale story, Eddie.
No, it's not.
That's not.
Moving on, I might just talk about the theme of fathers in this episode, because there are 3 different types of fathers in this episode. So Buffy, at the start of the episode, starts talking about where her dad is.
Oh, yes, yeah.
And that she hasn't been able to get in contact with him about her mum being sick. Giles is suggesting that they send Dawn to go live with her dad to protect her. And Buffy's like, he is in Spain with his secretary. So he's off living his midlife crisis, child-free. And
I think he'd want to keep it that way.
Yeah. No, it's sort of that sad thing. Like, he doesn't have any... He's a pretty terrible dad. He's not present. He's not there. He's pretty much just blowing off his kids.
Yeah.
Doesn't really want anything to do with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have... Yeah, we haven't even seen him since season 2.
Yeah. Do we see him again?
We may see him again very, 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 very briefly.
Okay.
Then we have Giles.
Yes.
Who is the supportive father figure who, he's the ideal father figure. He's there guiding and supporting her. It's in that opening scene, he actually asks her, like, Buffy tells him about Dawn.
Yep. And
he actually asks Buffy, should we tell the others? He doesn't say, we have to tell the others.
Yeah.
Let's tell the others.
Well, he asks her.
He asks her a question, should we tell the others? And she just responds with, maybe we should just keep it to ourselves for now, just to be precautious. I think it's more, she was like, we put them in, the more the people that know, the more danger they're in.
It's more of just a strategic sort of decision.
And Giles takes that on as, yep, that's good. Like, he's just there guiding her. Like, look, but, he'll stand his ground when he believes she's in the wrong.
Yeah.
But generally, he is the ideal parental figure at this point.
Yeah. He always has been.
Yeah. And then you get the opposite, which is Mr. McClay, or
Yeah.
who Tara calls Sir, which we've already
Sir.
brought up.
Don't forget to call him sir. He likes that.
And yeah, he does feel like a cult leader. He spends most of the episode gaslighting her. He's using manipulation tactics. As you said, he almost has Donnie as his muscle. What do you call that? A kind of
Enforcer.
enforcer. Yeah, he comes along with these little enforcers. So he also has cousin Beth doing his dirty work
Yeah.
as well.
So she's going to pull at her heartstrings and he's going to pull her physically for sort of got all these bases covered.
Yeah. So as I said, there's
Yeah.
just the theme of fathers.
Well, speaking of fathers, so the actor Steve Rankin, who played the father, was in an episode of Star Trek that I saw the other day.
Everyone, Jared is watching Star Trek.
I'm doing a TNG-a-thon. I've watched bits and pieces of it in the
I don't
past.
think you've never watched the whole series.
Oh,
though.
God, no. I was a bit too cool for it when it came out, about 10, 12. I'm like, Star Trek, But yeah, he was in the episode The Enemy. He played a Romulan that they captured on a planet. But the actor Steve Rankin has actually played a lot of military roles as well. Like, you can kind of see him as a sergeant.
Yeah,
A lot of
he
his
does sort of have
creditations-
that short back and sides look about him, doesn't he?
Yeah, a lot of his creditations are as sheriffs or a policeman.
yeah. Authoritarian.
He's some sort of drill sergeant in the military. This guy's been in heaps of films, but yeah, TNG. Give him a credit
Yeah.
for that one.
Speaking of which,
Uh-huh.
we could probably mention cousin Beth.
Oh, cousin Beth. That
Is-
is one fine actress I've seen there, Eddie.
So
What does she go on to do?
Well, so that would be 6-time Oscar-nominated actress Amy Adams.
6-time nominated.
6 times nominated.
Really? 6 times a bridesmaid, huh?
Yep.
Oof.
Yeah. And she is one of those actresses who really, really, like, you know how there are just some actors who, they feel like they just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden they've shot to the top. You can see her, like, she was in the dredges of TV, like one of those
Worked her way up, huh?
like working her way up. Like, I remember her in like Smallville and Charmed and
Yeah.
like all those.
Psycho Beach Party.
Yes.
Second time she got to work with Nicholas Brendan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. She was Luann, isn't she?
Luang, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, she definitely did her time in the trenches, that's for sure.
Yeah. And it's funny you say that, like, you think they've sprung out of nowhere, but when you notice them, you suddenly realise they've been there forever.
Yeah,
I
so
felt
I
like
think
that way with Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Mark Ruffalo?
Mark Ruffalo.
Ruffalo. When I first saw him as the Hulk, I'm like, oh, this guy's pretty good. What other films have he been in? Oh, I've seen half of them. It's that
I was
guy,
sitting
is
there
it?
going, suddenly 30? Come on.
Yeah. No, I think it was Shutter Island that got me. Like, he was one of the lead roles. Like, oh, that was that guy. Oh, shit. You know?
Yeah. I think Jeremy Renner gets that too. Like he definitely came up from the TV dredges
Yeah.
as well. And he's in Angel. He was in Angel. I remember him in CSI.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember that, but yeah. Oh, I always get honourable mention to Pedro Pascal as well.
Oh,
As
yeah.
Eddie.
Yeah. But as I said, so cousin Beth, I feel that she is such a tragic character.
Yeah, as you said before, she's very much been indoctrinated into this cult, whatever
Yeah.
it is, and can't get out of it, and is really pissed off that.
And also
Tara
has
will
this
get
sort
out
of
it.
this internalized misogynism.
And she's probably not even
as
really
well.
a cousin as well. You probably get the feeling like they just call them cousins, maybe.
Because they're in a cult.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, I think you might be right on that. All right. Moving on. So once again, Spike proves that he is really great at reading a room. He works out what's going on before everyone else realizes what's going on. He works it out. He's almost so proud of himself for figuring it out.
Yeah. He is loving it. And I'm not sure what the count is, but has he kissed Buffy about the same amount of times as Angel at this point?
Oh, come on. What makes you say that?
Well, they've had about three pashings.
Most of them are like...
I know they're not real, they're dreams or spells, but I mean, they actually are kissing.
Yeah.
So Spike, Buffy kissing. I know we're about at least up to 3 or 4, maybe. How often did Spike and Angel and Buffy kiss? I mean, was it
quite a bit because they were together?
Yeah,
so.
But the kissing scenes, I'm curious.
Yeah, there was a lot of Angel and her had a lot of kissing scenes.
Yeah,
yeah.
He's catching up.
He is catching up, though. He's definitely catching up.
Maybe might even overtake him. I don't know.
Maybe.
Especially when Buffy was coming to get him.
I think it's funny that he keeps saying he doesn't care about what happens to anyone or Buffy or that, but his actions kind of say otherwise.
I think maybe he's getting preconditioned at this moment. The chip thing is actually working.
Maybe.
That because he can't attack her, and so he is falling for her.
Yeah, I think there's an episode that comes up shortly where you kind of learn a bit more about Spike's backstory, and then the way he behaves actually does make a lot more sense.
Okay. Look forward to that.
Yes. It's very soon. It's a very good episode. I also like that Anya takes issue with the label of a disgusting demon.
Microaggression, cultural appropriation, offensive.
And how
triggered.
And how vague and misunderstood that term being used is.
Yeah.
I loved that. It was a
offensive.
It was a great little metaphor for you in there. And using terms that are just too broad.
Yeah.
She was like, what kind of demon? And it's like, doesn't matter.
So did Tara actually believe she was part demon?
Well, she'd been told it her whole life, and she did have magical powers.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't she believe it?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, she was told that the magic came from her demon half. And there are half demon, half human hybrids. Again, it goes more into it in Angel.
Yeah.
So it's not actually that far-fetched a story. Yeah. Now, the part of the episode I don't particularly like, but I'm going to have to mention it. Riley wasn't really in this episode much, was he? Just the one scene? Well, you see him, he's in a couple of scenes. But
you see him at the bar, don't you?
He is most noticeably missing from that end scene where Buffy declares them all family.
Yes, he was.
But Spike is there.
Yes, he was.
So Spike is there and Riley is missing.
Yes. MIA.
And you see him at Willie's, the demon bar.
Yeah.
And the last time we saw him there, he was having a mental breakdown.
So now he's just having a breakdown.
Well, maybe a different type of breakdown.
Yeah.
And we find out from the bartender that he's there every single night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And he's talking to Sandy.
I've forgotten about this character.
Yeah. So she is attacked by Vampire Willow in Doppelgangland.
Okay.
And I think Willow turned her into Vampire Willow turned her into a vampire. We didn't see that, but she's credited as the same character.
Yeah.
It's the same actress credited as the same character.
Yeah. And he says you're a vampire. And she's like,
and she is a vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
so why is this the worst scene?
Oh, it's just Riley being a sook again.
I think this is your Riley rant segment.
I think this is my Riley rant. Riley rant. It's going to happen until he leaves. And then I'm going to have a huge big rant, and then I'll be done.
All right.
for a little bit.
I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Well, it's also the fact that he can kind of tell that Buffy's keeping something from him.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of talking to her about it, he goes to a demon bar and gets drunk every night.
Yeah. Is it worse that it's a demon bar, or could it just be any bar?
Well, I don't know.
You could have just gone to any bar. Why go to a demon bar?
I don't know, to prove how manly man he is.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
That he can hold his own against the demons.
Yeah.
He's that tough
And
and,
I think,
masculine. He can work out that someone's a vampire without even looking at them.
And I think the bartender says something along the lines of, you incarcerated half the guys in here.
Yeah.
So he's going somewhere where he's going to somewhere where someone would definitely pick a fight.
Yeah. So he's it feels like he's looking for trouble.
Yeah. So he could just go to a regular bar.
Yeah.
But he goes to a specific demon bar.
Yeah.
To deal with these demons.
Maybe. But then he wouldn't run into anyone he knows in a demon bar. All right. I've pretty much gotten through all my points. Did you have anything?
No, that was it for me.
I was going to ask, have you seen this episode?
No, I hadn't seen this episode. Brand new one for me.
Did you go down any rabbit holes?
Well, we went to the Bronze, so whenever we go to the Bronze, I usually get something. And yeah, so the musical guests in this episode.
I can't take my eyes off of you. Ooh.
You sang it like the Frank Sinatra version. I take my eyes off of you. It doesn't go like that at all. I can't take my eyes off of you. Yeah, so we had a few musical guests here. So we had what Eddie was just singing by Melanie Doane. She is...
Do that.
She's a folk singer. Of course she is.
She was a folk singer.
Yeah, she's been around for a while. She's a great singer. Yeah, I'm not usually partial to country music. She's from Canada.
Is she country or is she folk?
Country folk, I mean. It's hard to put a label on music. People can do all things, Country folk, more country. Definitely country. But
I thought she was more folk, but anyway.
Damn it. Ruined my whole segment now.
All right,
no, you haven't. But yeah, she's done a lot of song placements in TV shows. So Being Erica, Flashpoint, Brothers and Sisters, don't know that one. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Dawson's Creek, Party of Five, That's Life, Baywatch Hawaii. Was that a different Baywatch? Baywatch Hawaii? Or was it the same one? Recreation Boulevard. You ever seen that show?
Nope.
No. Yeah, so a fair few TV shows, lots of credits there. Still going, several albums. Go check her stuff out. It's all nice. And it really does fit that scene at the end. You want to play it, don't you?
No, well, I think you played a different song for me when you were researching all this and you're like, this sounds like something from Firefly.
Oh, you want me to play that one, do you?
And I was like, well, I can't pick the scene, but you could be. But I swear it was just because it had fiddles.
Oh, this one. Yeah, it's a little firefly. Fireflyery.
What do you call it? It's fiddle or violin?
Violin, fiddle, yeah.
I don't actually know the difference. But...
Fiddle's smaller.
Okay. Like fiddly.
Yeah, very fiddly.
Is that where fiddly comes from? Oh.
I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, so yeah, her music's pretty cool. And there was another song, American Shoes, performed by Motor Race.
Okay.
So I was reading about these guys. The song kind of sounded familiar, but I couldn't put my finger on it. I don't know. I'm sure I heard it before. They're from Melbourne. Motor Race. I don't know. I don't know. I can't believe I missed these guys.
I remember them.
Do you?
Yeah.
No, do not remember. Like, don't remember seeing these guys at any festivals, or I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't looking for them. They were a bit maybe too not as heavy for me, maybe, or.
I think I saw them once at a something like it was something for Kate and Motor Race.
Yeah. They got a bit of an Oasis sound to them a little bit. So.
And we're talking back before we were even together.
Yeah. Yeah, so the good musical guests there. So didn't really take me down a rabbit hole, I guess, but I always find it interesting to pluck these songs out of nowhere. They're still touring. They're still doing stuff. Okay. So good luck to them. And that will be my rabbit hole, Eddie.
Okay. Should we get into question time?
Yeah, let's do it.
I hope that answers a little bit your question.
All right, Jared. Which character was your favourite in this episode?
I like Spike. Can't go. Whenever he's in it, he's just sinks his teeth into that scenery in every scene he's in. And I love it. Yes. He gets away with it. And he is my favourite.
Okay. Yeah, I went with Tara. Because she gets quite a bit of screen time in this.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah. She's the story revolves around her.
Yeah. Which character do you love to hate?
Can we put characters? The Tara's family.
Yeah.
Are quite awful.
I just have Tara's father, Sir.
Sir Eddie. You have to call him Sir.
I'm just going to call him Sir.
He likes it.
Sir Maclay.
Call him Sir. He likes that.
You're gross. LOL moment.
Call him Sir. He likes
I had
that.
a couple, actually. So the fight when Buffy and Spike...
Oh, where she fights him with her vagina.
No, when he throws him on the ground, he's like, come on, Slayer, come and get me.
Yeah.
You want me, Slayer? Come and get
and
me.
then it cuts to...
Yeah, it cuts to him. And
That's one of those scenes that I was telling you about before, is that's one of those rhyming scenes where it's saying one thing and then it cuts to the next scene.
Yeah.
It's this flow-on effect.
Yeah. That's definitely one of those. That one and Spike punching Tara in the face. I mean... Could he have just sort of pinched her or something maybe?
No,
did he need to punch her?
No, it had to have full intent.
Or maybe in the arm? Could he punched her in the arm or the gut?
Maybe.
Not in the face? Yes. Right in the schnozzer.
Why don't I make this simple?
Hey!
I know I'm not laughing at the fact of violence against women, but it just came out of nowhere.
It's like he realized, it's like something clicked in Spike's head.
Yeah. So, hang on.
And he's like, hang on, I am a demon detector.
Yeah. I've actually got a use for this. I'm useful.
He's like, I am actually a walking demon detector.
Yeah. We'll sort this out right now.
Yeah. My LOL moment is probably Buffy, Giles and Xander when they're discussing the presents, and it's Giles going, Buffy's like, Tara's birthday, we're at a loss. And Giles is like, you're in a magic shop and you can't think about what Tara would like. I believe you're both profoundly stupid. And then Xander says, well, we don't really know the kind of things witches like. What are you going to get her? Some cheesy crystal ball? And Giles is like, bloody well, better not. I've already wrapped mine.
Oh, you saw that at the end, the crystal ball.
Yes, yeah.
I do like Dawn's present.
The broom. Yeah.
That's like a double whammy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like something to clean with. Don't forget to call him Sir.
Yes. Favorite fight scene?
I thought the Buffy Spikes fight scene was pretty good.
Where she attacks him with her, she fights him with her vagina.
Yeah.
It's pretty much vagina first.
Vagina first, yeah. Yeah, I guess. The other scene was okay, but because they're fighting against themselves, it doesn't look as good. Where they're just holding their throat.
Yeah. The invisible fight.
demons. Yeah, the invisible fight.
Well, I have the invisible fight.
Yeah.
That's my favourite. What am I up to? Favourite scene.
I like the scene when Willow and Tara were playing with their pussy.
You mean Miss Kitty Fantastico?
Yeah, what do you think I meant?
We'll call it Miss Kitty Fantastico.
Yeah.
Oh, the sweet little scene at the start of the episode
Yeah,
where they're like,
exactly.
where Tara's telling her a story, kind of like the theme of the entire episode.
Yes, it was a very nice scene, Eddie.
Is like a bedtime story. Yes. How wonderful that you picked up on that. You're really learning, Jared. Like you're really growing as a person.
I think I own that.
Yeah, no, my yeah, nah.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, nah. So my favourite scene has to be I'm Spartacus.
I'm Spartacus.
You want her, Mr. McClay? You can go ahead and take her. You just gotta go through me.
What?
You heard me. You want to take Tara out of here against her will? You gotta come through me.
And me?
Is this a joke? I'm not going to be threatened by two little girls.
You don't want to mess with us.
She's a hair puller.
And you're not just dealing with two little girls.
You're dealing with all of us.
Except me.
Except Spike.
I don't care what happens.
This is insane. You people have no right to interfere with Tara's affairs. We are her blood kin. Who the hell are you?
We're family.
When everyone stands up and protects Tara. It's a cool scene. Least favourite scene.
Oh, the Amy Adams scene.
The you selfish.
You selfish bitch. Oh, hey.
It does feel so because she comes up acting. She's very sweet as pie.
Sweet. That's so good to see you. Blah blah blah, and then just completely does a 180 on that as soon as she says, "I don't want to come back," and it's just like the whole body just changes into a different person, and she's just this vile, nasty, vicious person. Oh, that's who you really are, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my least favourite scene is when her dad's just standing in her room.
Oh, when she comes back and he's just there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just broken into her room.
You broke in.
Yeah, and he's standing there holding he's holding this crystal. Looks like a crystal dildo. Like it's just it's just a crystal. But he's insinuating that it's a toy of some, like he actually calls it a toy. Insinuating.
I've seen a few posts on Reddit with guys like, I found my wife's meth pipe and it's a glass thing. And they're like, dude, that's not a meth pipe.
But it's the part where he's like, you can't control what's going to happen. You have evil inside you and it will come out. And letting yourself work all this magic is only going to make it worse. Where do you think the power comes from? And then she's like, it doesn't feel evil, sir. Evil never does.
Yeah. I know I mentioned this before, but they definitely didn't mention any sort of religious sept or anything like that.
No, I do feel like
it's heavily insinuated, isn't it?
It's just insinuated. It isn't. Yeah, it's never actually stated. But as I said, because of I think it's the way that they're dressed and the way that they look. They just have this "I'm from the Bible" belt. Yeah.
And it's funny how it's never said, but this witchcraft isn't obviously I suppose we don't really mention it, metaphor for her sexuality, which they obviously, they're, again, tiptoeing around that a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
But not explicitly saying it, but it's heavily implied.
Yes. It's a subtext of this episode. is that they're never going to accept Tara for who she is. Yeah. Whether she's a witch or a lesbian, either way.
Or both.
A lesbian witch. She will never be accepted by them. Because those things are just...
Incompatible.
It is. They live in a very black and white world. And there's no room for rainbows.
No.
All right. Favourite quote?
I'm going to give this quote to Dawn this week.
Yeah?
So at the Bronze, Dawn says, "This place is cool, except I have to wear this stupid stamp in my hand." Xander's replies, "Oh, that's to keep you from boozing it up." Well, she replies, "Oh, please, only losers drink alcohol." Shit. You got
and they're all standing around drinking alcohol.
Oh, they're plastic blue red cups they got.
Yeah, that you can't tell what's in them, but
no.
It's now heavily implied that there's alcohol in them.
Yeah. Surprising that actually would let someone underage into a place like that.
Well, they would have to in America because the fucking drinking age is 21.
Okay, right. I just figured they just wouldn't let them in.
When my main clubbing days was when I was 18 to 21, and I don't think I really went out clubbing after 21,
yeah.
to be honest. It was probably more like 16 to 21.
Yes, yeah.
The advantages of being tall
I
and female.
know all about that.
Tall.
I mean, not the female part, but yeah.
But being tall and female.
Yes. Your quote, Eddie.
It's going to be Spike. "There's no demon in there. That's just a family legend, am I right? Just a bit of spin to keep the ladies in line. Oh, you're a piece of work. I like you." I don't know why did I...
What, is he Scottish now, is he?
He's now Scottish.
Oh, I don't know why I like you. I ate a baby.
I don't know why he's just coming off as... Yeah, I'll try that again.
No, that's staying in there, Eddie. No, I'm not doing it again.
With my bad.
All right, next question, Eddie.
No, let me do it again.
First things first.
No.
Where's your shit up? I've got a turtle head poking air.
I'm trying to do my best Spike impression.
I would like to see Spike as a Scotsman.
All right. No one wants to see anyone as a Scotsman.
Ugh.
All right. Who gets the wooden spoon?
Well, it's Tara's family that gets the wooden spoon, isn't it?
Yeah, I just went with brainwashed cousin Beth.
Okay, yeah.
So,
I think they're all pretty awful.
yeah. Who gets the MVP of the episode?
Oh, Spike.
I'm going to give this to Anya and Spike because it's Anya that demands to know what type of demon. Anya's the one who first starts questioning the demon, the very broad term demon.
Yeah, which it is, yeah.
But Anya's the one that questions that, and that's when it kind of triggers Spike because he realizes he's a walking demon detector.
Yeah.
I mean, he realizes what's going on. So I think they kind of have it.
She just asked that one question and he went and saved Buffy and was beating up the demons?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
I'll give it to Anya and Spike. Like, Spike still gets it, but he just has to share this one with Anya.
I don't agree with that.
Really? He doesn't get to. He doesn't get to.
No, he
share
should
this?
definitely own that. That's definitely his. Just because she asked a question, she gets.
Yeah, but if he hadn't have asked that question, he wouldn't have. It probably wouldn't have triggered.
Maybe
him.
it mightn't have, but he might have triggered anyway because they were talking about how she's a demon, and they were questioning it.
Yeah, and the moment Anya went, "What type of demon?" There are many different types of demons. Some are really evil, and some are, what is it? Some are useful members of society.
Like Spike.
Yeah, and her.
Well, she's not a demon anymore, though.
Yes, but she used to be.
She wasn't a useful member of society when she was a demon, though. That's for sure.
No, she was very, very evil. But
she was a universe-destroying demon.
But that's why she's like, let's just narrow it down then.
Okay.
And because they're just like, evil is evil. And she's just like, well, no, that's not actually the case because you have both Spike and Anya who are just in this grey area where they have been demons and they can no longer be demons.
And a bit rich coming from them, that family, pointing out who's evil in this world.
Well, from our perspective, They're the evil ones. It's all about perspective. All right, what do you rate this episode out of 10? Using something from the episode.
I gave it 3 races of frog people.
What? I don't get that.
Oh, that's when the brother was saying, "Oh, what are these books that do? They turn people into frogs?" And Santa replies, "Yes, we're making races of frog people right now as you speak."
Yeah, I forgot he's really kind of rude when he comes into the shop.
Yeah, maybe 4.
Maybe 4?
Maybe 4.
Maybe 4, yeah. I went 8 out of 10 floaty romantic dances.
It was very nice, wasn't it?
Yeah. Little floaty, magical, romantic dances on the dance floor. Yeah, you don't get many happy endings like that.
Yeah.
Time to wrap it up.
Maybe. Was there anything else you want to throw in the last minute, Eddie?
Not really.
Not really? Me neither. I'm going to wrap this up.
All right.
Well, we're going to wrap this up tonight. I hope you've enjoyed listening to us. We are Nerd Subculture. My name is Jared.
And I'm Edwina.
And if you want to find us, Eddie,
you can find us on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. There is a Facebook group, and you can email us at nerdsubculture@gmail.com. And if you want to help out the podcast, please follow the link tree to the socials for the merch store.
Yes, so like, share, subscribe, comment.
Yes.
Please do.
Do all the things that...
Do the things. Do lots of things.
Recommend us to people.
Oh,
share
yeah, do
our
that.
link.
That's nice.
Yeah, share a link every now and again if you like. This podcast is really awesome. Let's...
Yeah, well, just a thumbs up. That helps. I see that. Anyway,
right.
Take care. See ya. Bye.
All right, bye. Grr.
Don't forget to call him sir. He likes that.